Hello there, my name's Anthea.
And I'm Sarah Haran, and this is the show where we delve into celebrity handbags.
Welcome to 3 Bags on a Boat. And today we have the gorgeous Andrew Barton with us. Now, you may know him from 10 years younger, but the most important thing he does in his entire life is he is Sarah Haran's hairdresser. And if you can't pull your hairdresser on board, then forget it. But you do love a bag.
I do love a bag, and I do love a bag, all kinds of bags. But I must say, you're looking 10 years younger as well, Anthea. I don't know what your secret is, but you look fabulous. I see Sarah quite regularly, so you get that comment all the time.
Oh, right,
yes,
okay,
especially since I've been doing your hair.
Yes.
Whatever, we do the same thing.
Okay.
We can't let on. We don't have men on this show very often. In fact, you are our first.
Am I the honorary? Yay!
I love that hat.
Oh, thank you.
Even though Sarah is actually the captain.
Well,
but I love that hat.
It's a bit of an in-joke because my husband flies airplanes and runs an airline. So I nickname him the captain. On my social media, nobody knows his name, they just know him as the captain. So it's the captain's hat.
And that's his hat, is it?
Stolen, borrowed.
I don't want to mess your hair up, but I do think you ought to try that hat on before we finish.
Yes.
I think we're going to end with that.
There we go. It's my hat. Yes.
It
suits
you.
you.
Gotta get him one of those, a captain's hat. Right, you can have it back
Captain's
now.
hat, right.
Now, I have this hold-all because I think we know you for handbags. But obviously, this hold-all is a fantastic hold-all.
I love it. I mean, look, I love the fact that kind of hangs on my shoulder really well. You know, I've done a Waitrose shot with this. It's gone through every single airport and train station that I run through. I carry so much in it, and I just love it. Thank you. Thank you. It's a great bag. And I get stopped quite often and asked where I got it from as well.
There we go.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
He just gets stopped quite often.
Yes.
I do sometimes get stopped. I can be kind of stopped. You must get stopped all the time. But I can get stopped on the tube and people will kind of be looking at me and they'll be, who's he? And I reckon, oh, it's him. He's that hairdresser off the telly.
And then everybody says, if you sit in here at a dinner party or something,
what would you do with my hair?
What would you do with my hair?
Absolutely. I have been on a packed tube carriage where a girl has recognised me and they said, shall I go blonde or brunette? And then before I know it, everybody in the carriage is asking similar questions. It's quite funny.
Everybody wants to look 10 years younger.
Yeah.
We are, by the way, what are they doing over there? We are on a boat. There is a building site behind us. We don't really care that much, but if you hear any banging, it was like on cue, wasn't it, really?
Absolutely, absolutely, bang on cue. And they've just come back from lunch, so they've got busy.
Exactly. They've got energy.
They have got energy.
What's the energy in
well,
this bag,
energy in this bag, do you know what? Love or hate it?
Love.
Love or hate?
In fact, put it back in your bag.
I just even love the smell of it.
The comfort in it.
Buttered toast.
Does the captain like it?
He does love it, actually. I've got him into it, but I also have it on toast with peanut butter and butter.
What?
Oh, I've never done that.
And I've still got a waist the same as I had when I was 30.
And you only know that because of your trousers.
Yes.
You never wear yourself, it's just your trousers.
No, they're still the same trousers from when I was 30.
Right, well, I don't like Marmite, so let's move past that.
Okay, what else? What else have we got in here?
Salivating now. Thinking
I am actually. This is just showing what a dinosaur that I am. I still run a paper diary.
Oh, and
See,
that's
proper. I mean,
look at that.
Everything in that.
I mean, complete and utter organisation.
wow.
The 3rd of February, I knew exactly where I was, what I was doing. They were all the notes that I had to do that week. I transfer it over to the following week. Anthea, when is there not a busy week? Look at that. And of course, there's some special marks in there. Let me see what else I've got in my bag. Tipex.
Because I'm dyslexic, Tipex still plays a big part of my life. Because sometimes I'm right, oh no!
Yes.
No!
But not those little scribey things.
No, I use the pen one.
Oh,
and you go click, and you can just get rid of all.
No.
You can change it in an A.
It's got to be like that. I like the bottle.
I like the bottle.
I like the bottle.
So it travels well.
Just using it when I was typing. Right, okay.
Yes.
Then. That's a new one. Marmite.
It's a good combo.
Yeah.
Don't knock it till you've tried it, Sarah. So what else is in the bag? So what else is in the bag is this gorgeous picture of me and my mum,
that's
who
lovely.
sadly passed.
Uh-huh.
I was adopted as a baby,
Yeah.
and she was absolutely my best friend in the world.
What was her name?
Anne.
Anne.
So we lost her 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And this was at the night at the Grosvenor House Hotel in Park Lane when I was named the British Hairdresser of the Year.
That's really cool.
And you know what happens?
Yeah.
You sit down to this very formal dinner and it starts at 6 p.m. They don't announce it until midnight.
Uh-huh.
And the whole night she was like sat holding my hand and my leg, and I swear my legs are still bruised from where she was holding me. She was so excited.
That's lovely.
And she was a chronic asthmatic.
Yes.
And the night that we were getting ready in the hotel to go to the awards, I said, make sure you put your inhaler in your handbag.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, son, I don't want anybody to know I'm asthmatic and I use an inhaler. I went, Mum, it really doesn't matter. Anyway, she didn't put it in. And at the stroke of midnight, when they went, the British Hairdresser of the Year is Andrew Barton, I went up to collect the award off Jonathan Ross. I didn't know what had happened to my mum. I came back an hour later after doing press and media, and she'd had an asthma attack and she'd had to be taken out of the great
poor
room.
Anne, at that moment.
At that moment, with the excitement and the giddiness.
Yeah.
But she was able to
And
watch
she's
it back,
okay,
wasn't
though.
she? And somebody had filmed it, watch it back.
She could watch it back.
reenacted
Yeah.
to
And
see her boy. And you were adopted, weren't you?
I was adopted, so adoptions played a huge part of my life because my birth mother was she was 13 when she conceived me.
Oh, right.
So very young when she had me.
Yeah.
And I've always kind of just hoped that her life went on to betterness than having a child at that age.
Yeah.
But what it has led me to do, I work quite closely with the British Association of Adoption and Fostering,
Right.
creating awareness for the charity. And that adoption piece is a massive part of what's inspired me and motivated me to be who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As also did the bullying, because I was bullied as a child, really
Why?
quite badly. Well, it started through kids at school saying, well, that's not your mum and dad.
Kids
You
are
know,
very,
and I was
very
bullied
cool.
for that.
Yeah.
And then it went
Yeah.
on to other things in
Yeah.
life. But so the other charity that I work with is Kidscape, the UK's anti-bullying charity.
Yeah.
And it's their 40th anniversary next year. So I've signed up, there's 40 of us
Okay.
climbing Kilimanjaro. Yeah, I know.
Tanzania.
Tanzania.
Oh my God,
well,
I've just come back,
yeah.
but I
Have
didn't go
you?
up. I didn't go
You
up.
didn't
No,
go up?
no, I didn't go up. I just
No.
looked at it. Of course I did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That's more
thought, ooh,
sensible.
Wow.
Well,
That's
a
a
big
long way.
undertaking.
So yeah, so we're doing it. So we're raising funds for the charity, raising awareness
Sarah
for the
will go
charity.
with
Brilliant. I'm
There you go.
desperate to go to Tanzania, yes.
Are you?
Wasn't
Do you wanna
really
go?
thinking of walking up a mountain.
Well, why don't
but,
we go?
you know,
Why don't you
walking up a
come?
mountain.
It's all organised.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is there
got
like somebody to
Sherpas.
carry my stuff?
There is.
All my
You just have a
bags.
little day, all your bags.
All my bags have got to
You
come
need to
with me.
design a little day
Okay.
pack. A little day pack.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
because that's what you can
okay,
carry with you.
Right,
Are you
cool.
on? Anthea said yes! Anthea said
Yes.
No, what an amazing charity.
You've got to breathe a lot.
to do.
Yes,
to do
that'd
it
be
for.
cool, but
yes!
it really
It is.
is.
Do you know what?
something.
I think what will help me to get through it, I'm doing it with my husband anyway, so that'd be
Yes.
incredible. We're doing such
Yeah.
a life thing together like
Yeah.
that, an
Me as well, then.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it.
But you know,
Right.
what will drive me forward is that thing of kind of being bullied and kind of the
Yeah.
tragedy of that and how my life could have been if I
Yeah.
didn't face up to it. And it's funny because I've just written my book, which comes out in October,
Okay,
which
right.
is called Yes.
If
Yeah.
you've got
Okay.
something coming out,
Yeah.
it must be coming out of this bag.
Well, this is
There
my
you go.
former book, so called
Right.
Shiny Happy Hair, and it's kind of the definitive hair guide, hair Bible.
That looks really
Yeah.
cool.
And a publisher picked it up. It was done 15 years ago, and they said, "We think there's another one in you. Are you interested?"
Yeah.
So I said yes. So it's called Crown and Glory. It's coming out in October. But excitingly, beyond that,
Yeah.
the publisher is so pleased with it. They've now commissioned my autobiography, which is coming out next year.
Wow.
And it is a great story.
Well, the autobiography is not going to be about celebrity chat. It's not going to be about the people who have sat in my chair or me ditching the dirt, which I could. Yes, I really could. If only the news of the world was still here.
would.
I never would.
Never would.
Absolutely never would. But what my autobiography is going to be about is just how bullying and being adopted actually defined me.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's motivated you.
It absolutely
It's
did.
a
And writing my book
motivator.
last year, which comes out in October, there was this real moment of realising that becoming a hairdresser and the safety and security of the hairdressing salon,
Yeah.
I became me.
Yeah.
I no longer had to hide. I'd found my place.
You didn't have to worry about the playground.
I didn't have to hide anymore. I found my
Yeah.
tribe,
Uh-huh.
and I found this place where I could just be me, and
Yeah.
it was just a really cathartic. It's taken me 40 years to realise
Right.
that. But
Yeah.
And when did your mum die?
I lost her 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is going to be great for her. Well, it's very fitting.
Yes.
And
yeah.
I'm
a
sure you'll be
tribute.
dedicating that book to her.
Well, actually,
And
I'm,
the captain.
I'm dedicating.
captain.
I'm dedicating the. I mean, the captain often says to me as well, not another charity.
Yeah.
But another charity that I work with is the Little Princess Trust.
Yes, you
Yes.
do.
And we accept donations of long hair that are made into wigs and given to children.
Of course, yeah.
And it's their anniversary, so I'm
Uh-huh.
actually dedicating the book to the Little Princess
them.
Trust. Yeah.
Right.
Gorgeous.
Lovely.
Yes.
That's so
Lovely.
nice.
So do you want to
Really
see
is.
what else is
Yes,
in?
Come on.
what's
I've
going
got,
on there
I've got
then?
2 more kind of gifts in here as well.
Right.
So that is kind of a little bag, I suppose,
Yes,
in a
it's
way,
a little
isn't
bag.
it?
I think that's
A little
really
teeny
little
one.
bag.
And
That's
it's got
very cute.
mine and Phil, my husband's initials on the top.
You said his name.
Phil, I did. The
Oh.
captain, that's his name.
Oh.
And he's a northerner like me, Anthea, as well. He's a scouser.
Exposed there.
Yes. And we have a beagle, Ruby.
Yes.
And on our wedding day 2 years ago, she wore that
Yeah.
round the collar
That's lovely.
and walked down the aisle, and she was our ring bearer.
Wow.
And our wedding rings were in here
Yeah.
with the word which has kind of become our mantra in our relationship,
Yeah.
and it's inevitable.
Inevitable.
So that was from our wedding day, and I
Beautiful.
carry that with me
And
every
is
day.
it
Everywhere.
inevitable
It's
when
very
you got
nice.
together? It was inevitable you were going to get married.
Do you know what? Yeah, yes. Do you want that story?
Go on.
I mean, I'd been married before, and it was
Yes.
a bit kind of squeaky, and you know, I should have left it a lot longer
Yeah.
before I did. And Phil and I met. We met online. We'd been chatting for 6 months. In my profile, I'd said I was 6'5", and I'm
I
not.
remember you said that, yes.
But it
I
was a complete
wondering if you were
mistake.
gonna
I knew
say.
you just said, no, I meant 5'6".
No, honestly, I am 5'. I'm proud of that, but I made a mistake. Should have gone to Specsavers.
Wrong way round.
Yeah, exactly. But on the day we were meeting each other in Brighton,
Yeah.
where he was living at the time, I walked down the concourse of the train station. He's waiting for me.
He's
and he's
looking like this.
looking like that. And I'm
And
like,
he's quite
hiya.
tall, isn't he?
Like,
He
he's
is.
quite tall.
He's quite tall.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, and it was inevitable. And you know, I've heard people talk about this, and I don't think I ever believed them.
Yeah, until
I took one look at him, and I knew that was the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I
How
absolutely
gorgeous.
knew it was the rest of my
Yeah.
life.
That's really cool.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Beautiful.
I'm very grateful.
That's
Lovely.
it.
That's so cool.
And I guess that brings me to my final thing in my bag.
right,
Was
okay
it, or
then.
did you want to ask me something?
No, it's all right. I'll come back to that. It's okay. No, don't worry. Carry on. Carry on.
My final piece is my book reading that I'm doing at the moment.
Uh-huh.
And after 40 years, 4 decades
Yeah.
of doing women's hair in the salon, I think I'm the expert on menopause.
Yes, definitely.
And I've joked and
Yeah.
laughed with many of my clients and said, I'm going to catch that.
Yes.
I'm going to catch
Yes.
that off you. It's got to happen
I'll
to
be on
me
the
as
HRT.
well. Absolutely. And then, you know, I'm nearly
Yeah.
60, and a couple of years ago, I kind of started feeling changes to myself
yeah.
in terms of my stress levels, my mood swings, kind of hormone imbalance, testosterone.
All these things.
Energy levels have started to change, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty fit, and I've always looked after myself. But I felt these changes, so I started doing some research. And the male menopause does happen, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
called
a
the
thing.
andropause,
Yeah.
and it's recognised by the medical profession. So I'm finding great help from this book by James Davis, who I've met on a number of occasions. And it's just given me that bit of support to understand what is going off and why it's happening.
And you're right, because we talk about it constantly. But actually, women talk. Women love talking, and we love talking to other women about it. We love sharing.
Yeah.
But men don't really, do they?
No,
Which is
it's
why
not-
there are
not a
problems with
hot
prostate
topic.
cancer and all
Right.
sorts of things, because
And men
talk about
talking
it.
about testosterone
Yes.
changing, they would never
Well,
have that
that's happening
conversation.
anytime soon.
but
You
no,
know,
it's-
kind
it's
of
a
all
big
those
one.
male
Yeah.
hormones
Yes,
and
yeah,
egos
yeah,
at
they've got-
play.
But it
different
stands to
things.
reason, if things are going to change for us, it's not in the same way.
No,
but,
no,
but
not
it's
at
not
all.
in the same hormonal way. But
Yeah.
everything is depleting, and we're struggling. Of course, it is.
Absolutely.
And it is. It's tipping 60.
Yeah.
It's the tipping 60. I thought getting to 60 was absolutely fine, a
Yeah.
breeze, and then all of a sudden, as the years ticked over the top,
I
Right.
think
I
there's,
noticed
there's
such a
to look
real
forward to
yes.
then.
without
No
kind of
change, yes.
sounding negative, I think that there is that thing about realization of, yes, age is only a number, but
No,
you
it's
can
not.
lay there at night and
Yeah.
kind of think, if I'm lucky, I've got 15 years left.
Yeah, exactly. You do the math.
Do you mean you do the maths?
Absolutely.
And then you start kind of thinking, have I achieved what I wanted to achieve?
Yeah.
Where am I in my career?
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
I am
yeah,
in my
yeah.
relationship? Where am I in my life? What happens next?
And you're like,
yeah.
And you've not got your
Yeah.
whole life laid out
No.
in front of you, like, so it's bound to
no.
kind of have
Yeah.
emotional kind of pressures on
But
you.
that's a good thing, I think, because it makes you just take stock.
It makes you take stock, and I think what it absolutely does is makes you ask why.
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? You know,
Yeah.
and that's my daily
Yeah, it's a
thing.
good
You know,
point,
I have
isn't
a
it?
very,
Yeah.
very busy work schedule and a very busy life and great social friends and family and things. But I always ask myself now why before I agree to do anything.
And just finally, really, on these.
Finally, I'm not
just,
going.
finally.
Oh no! Actually, I could just carry on
for the rest
I
of the
could-
day.
I
the
could,
two of
I
you.
could
That's
quite
it,
easily.
That's it. There'll
We
be-
did chatters
Yeah.
on and on and on and on. because
Absolutely.
Anybody
Yeah.
watching, because
Stay
you're a
all day.
hairdresser, and you just touched on it. So how do you get happy, shiny hair?
Oh wow! Okay, I mean there are so many things.
Because everybody's
about-
going, come on, ask him the question, ask him the question.
Absolutely, and
wanna
you know,
know.
if there was a magic recipe, then
Yeah.
I'd say it, but there isn't. But there is absolutely kind of
Things you can do to help yourself.
when our bodies are kind of healthier.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
so we know kind of
Yeah.
how we feed our body.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of water that we drink. We know all the bad things.
Yes.
So it's kind of trying to
Yeah.
not completely get rid of the bad things. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
life would be boring if you didn't have
Yeah.
an occasional cigarette or
That's
too
true.
many glasses of wine.
Yeah.
But you know, kind of the rest of it is about feeding your body healthy because that will help the growth of the hair.
Uh-huh.
But we
Yeah.
do know as a woman matures, the density of hair changes from her mid-30s.
Yes,
And it doesn't always do the same as it did before. So I think one of the mistakes that
Yeah.
women make as they mature is hanging on to the past
Right.
and
Yeah.
wanting their hair to do what it did 20, 30, 40
And not
years ago.
understanding why it just won't.
And not
Yeah,
understanding
just-
why it won't.
Yeah, why
so,
would it not do this?
but you'll have to get my book.
Yeah, that's it. Yes.
But you know, Stress, my
If you
hair
want to know
broke.
more about this, you'll have to read his book
I
as
mean,
well.
your hair breaking. I mean, for
No,
you.
when I was going through a
Your
divorce,
hair is
You're
never.
right, okay.
in fact, my hairdresser said to me, he said, have you been cutting your own hair?
Oh,
and I went,
really?
no.
Yeah.
And it was breaking.
Really
It
on
was
the end.
breaking because I wasn't looking after myself.
Stress levels.
My stress levels were all
Absolutely.
over the place, and it was literally.
Yeah.
And it's taken some time. It's back to normal now, but it was.
And forgive me, but you are an icon known for your hair as well as everything else. But do you know what I mean? The amount of women that have
Yeah.
sat in my chair and said,
Give me an
show me a
Anthea."
picture of an Anthea.
Yeah, give me an Anthea.
And that's never changed. That's
Well,
never
I'm very
changed.
flattered. I'm very flattered.
My mother-in-law, when I told her that I was meeting you today, she was like, tell her I love her hair.
There you go. Yeah. And it's curly.
Well,
This is the
yeah,
thing.
it's scarce as
How's
because
she-
obviously when you're outside
Amazing.
like this and anywhere near water, I'm just thinking,
It looks lovely.
It does look lovely.
So,
yes.
What's in there?
wow. I thought it's lovely that you've got this bag as well, but I thought it was time to give you
Oh,
another
I can
one
see
to
through. I know
open
exactly
up.
what she's going to
Do-
give
do
you.
you
I-
know?
only because I
Oh,
can
you
see
can
through it, and I've
guess,
got
yes,
one, and it's
yes.
amazing.
Oh, look at that!
Our poppy backpack.
She's
So it's a
backpack.
backpack. So
It's a-
inside.
is it
Yeah.
really?
Yes, yes,
So I'm
yes,
going to make
yes.
it.
Yes.
Go on
to
then.
make
They'll
sense
all
of
be
your
Yeah, yeah,
backpack.
please.
Yes.
Look, I do.
Got them in
Oh,
there.
This is
wow.
so amazing. You're going to love this. You're going to love
So-
this because you're on the tube. You're all over the
Absolutely,
place.
I
You're
am
going to
all
love
over
it.
the place.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right. Even though it's on your
Wow.
back, it's still
But I
so
like it like that as well, the
Well, that's what
squareness
we
of
thought.
it.
Yes. I thought it was
It's
quite
better.
Masculine in a way.
Yes, I
I-
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a really.
How
Anthea loves
nice.
this bag, and I use
I-
it as well. So
I am like
very
a
popular.
demon. I'm on the tube. I'm I've got this bag on my back.
What colour's yours? Black.
Black.
Well, I guess black
Got
goes
this.
with everything,
I've
doesn't
got
it?
this. I feel like
yeah,
a
we do have
ninja.
tan as well.
A ninja.
I feel like a
ninja,
ninja.
Anthea.
Yes.
Anthea the ninja.
Love it, I love it, I love
There
it.
we go. And lots
There
of
we go,
pockets. So
lots of
you'll-
pockets.
and it matches
Da,
all your
da,
other
da.
bits.
Put that on your back. Right.
Look at
And
that.
off you
That's
go.
it. And you're off. You're
I
you're
love
off.
it.
And then, if you want
Yeah.
to, then obviously you've got you'll have the
don't have
keep
to
thing
have
on
that
that,
on,
so you
but,
can't get that on.
Right.
But then you can always stick that in your with
And
your
that's like
tickets
a
and things.
man
in.
bag kind of thing
Yeah, a
as
little
well.
man bag thing with your tickets and stuff like that.
You
in.
are so
There we
generous.
go. No.
Thank you,
Lovely.
Sarah. Thank you.
Excited to see
Thank
you.
you. I'm gonna.
Oh,
I
you
might
have been
just-
amazing. Thank you so
I'll
much.
keep my Marmite and Tipex
That's
in
it.
there.
Give all your special
I'll
things
keep
in the
Ruby's ring
front.
box.
That's it.
That's gorgeous, lovely. So nice to see you.
Brilliant.
Really, I've heard so much about you, and it's brilliant to meet you. Good luck with everything, and
Thank
your
you.
mum is obviously looking after you
Yes.
really well. Still,
Brilliant.
She is.